Now let's run it and see if it works. Okay, show records. It's showing ME times, and we know the OID of this ME is 2, so we put 2 there, and then we delete it. Click delete, and show records. Now it has been deleted. Let's close it and run again. Run it again, and now if we show records, only one ME is remaining. So this works. The next thing we are going to do is add a function to this save button that we are going to use to update our records. So like before, we start with a comment. We say create the update function or the save function. Now we define this function here. We say def save, and then we want this function to be connected to the button, this button down here, the save button. So we say the command of this button is equal to save. Command equal to a function, and the function is save. Now we are going to just copy this and paste it there just like before, and also the commit and the close. Copy and paste. And in between here, we are going to send our cursor to execute a mission in the database, and we do this by saying cursor.execute, and inside the parentheses, we use these triple quotes, and in between we say update our table, and remember our table is called students, and we update our table by setting the variables the entries in the table to another variable, and we say set the name to another variable, and let's say this other variable, let's just give it a name of let's say name1, and then we do the same for the student ID and also for the score. So student ID is equal to student ID 1. Set the student ID to student ID 1, and comma, and the score is equal to the score 1. And we're going to add one more thing here, which is the OID, and we say where. We're going to change everything where the OID is set to OID. After the triple quotes, we put a comma, and then we make these curly brackets. And inside these curly brackets, we are going to set this name 1, student ID 1, and score 1. Set them to the text that we get when we input something in that name update entry .get for the name, and student ID update entry .get for the student ID, and the same for the score, and then the last one for the OID. Always put a comma there, don't forget. A comma after every line. And OID will be the same with this OID that we used here, OID entry.get. So we are using the same OID to delete a record and to update a record. So OID entry.get. We run it to see if everything works. Show records, and there we have our ME. Now we want to change ME. Let's say change the score from 95 to 99. So we use it. We do this using this OID, which is 1 for ME, and we want ME's name to remain the same, and then the student ID to also remain the same. We want our score to be 99, and then we click save. Then show records. Oops, it didn't work. There's something wrong. Let's see what's wrong. Oh, we made a mistake here. It's supposed to say students in line 74. Line 74. And it's actually right here. It's supposed to say student ID. So, and we run it again, and this time it should work. Show records, and we do the same. Or ID 1. Name ME. Student ID remains the same. And the score to 99. We click save, and we show records again. Now the score has been changed to 99, so this one works. Now let's add another record. Let's say this one is Jerry, and student ID is equal to 2019-002, and the score is equal to 89. We submit it, and then when we click show records, and oops, there's something wrong. It's showing these records twice, each one of them. We need to fix this. Something is wrong. Oh, it's right here. This records variable fetches everything that's in the database, and we just need to print those things once. So we, instead of saying records, we say record here. We run it again. This time it should work, and let's say show records, and there we have them. They are only showing once. Now let's see if we can delete Jerry. We put his OID there. It's 2. Then we delete, and show records, and Jerry is gone. Now there's still many things we can do in this graphic user interface to make it more good looking, but for the purpose of this video, I think we should end here. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below, and don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you.